It just realized that it's frozen. Did you just let them know that it's fucking frozen? And that they can walk across?
Fuck.
You piece of shit.
Hound, what are you doing? What did you do? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Cameron. This is Zay, and we are here watching the penultimate episode of Season 7 of Game of Thrones. This is Episode 6, Beyond the Wall. I'm super excited to get into this one, but before we do, okay, if you like movies, you have got to check this out. This is a really cool piece of movie art that gives you the essence of your favorite movie in your home. It's called Movie Palette. Movie Palette is a special form of art, and here's how it works.
By analyzing and identifying the dominant colors corresponding with each individual scene of your favorite movie, artists specialized in the digital world are able to craft a beautiful piece of artwork that encapsulates your cherished film as a whole. The colors are laid out in chronological order from left to right, with varying sizes corresponding to the time on screen.
Yes, that's right. They take your favorite movies and transform them into amazing art. Movies speak to us. We connect with the characters, we follow along with the plot, and we soak in the script as if we were living it.
Now imagine getting to take all those feelings of entertainment like no other and putting them on a canvas to engage with, to speak to you, and to admire in your home.
I got a movie palette of one of my top favorite movies of all time, Avatar. Whenever I see it, I remember scenes from the movie as if they were playing in front of my eyes, and that's what it can do for you. It can say, remember that action scene? Remember that love scene? Remember the laughter, the array of emotions you had during this movie?
Or maybe you just want one that works best for your home. With Movie Palette's wide collection to choose from and the ability to create custom palettes, the opportunities are endless. Personally, I'm still browsing for one that works best for me, and I can't wait to get my hands on one.
And don't forget to use the coupon code Cam&Zay15 at checkout. That's CAMANDZAY15 to get 15% off.
And guys, by supporting Movie Palette, you're supporting us as well. So don't miss out on this incredible piece of artwork and get yourself a Movie Palette today.
If you guys like what you're watching, make sure you leave a like down below. It really does help with the algorithm. It helps our video get more out there. It really means a lot, and we would really appreciate it. With that being said, if you want to watch our full-length reaction to this and the next 6 episodes, you can check that out on Patreon. The link for that is in the description. Zay, what do you remember previously?
Yeah, so a very interesting. It was an interesting episode how it was stretched out because you know, we got to see the gang get together, John Tormund, the Hound, Gendry, for the mission Beyond the Wall, but they did it in like these cool sections where you got to see people like, this is how this person meets up, this is how this person meets up. Gendry, we haven't seen him since, I don't even know what episode or season. I actually can't remember. It's been a minute. It was
whenever Stannis and the Red Woman wanted to kill him or whatever, and Davos had to.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Stannis was alive.
Yeah, we've been waiting on. I totally forgot about him. But John and them are on a mission Beyond the Wall to bring back basically evidence to Cersei of the undead. We had a meeting between Tyrion and Jaime that kind of got this ball rolling, basically got this ball rolling with Tyrion's plan. It was an awkward reunion between the two. You could tell that there was a lot of tension after what had happened at King's Landing and not seeing each other for so long. Possibly Cersei is pregnant. I mean, she sure is talking like she is. And when she was talking to Jaime, Arya and Baelish are in a war of sneakiness. Right now, it looks like Baelish is in the lead. He got an interesting scroll, which I hypothesized was the scroll that we had seen in the very beginning of the show that Ned had received.
Yes, and this is because Zay was not able to read what was on the letter with enough time.
Yeah, so. I didn't think I was going to be able to read it, and I started reading. I was like, oh wait, words. I was like, and so it was too late.
I will not reveal to him what it was,
and I'm not going back. So we'll find out. Yeah. Oh, we also saw Drogon, kind of like accept John. Well, not accept him, but like kind of this weird intimate moment where like Drogon landed in front of John, and John touched him, and Drogon kind of like relaxed. He wasn't super aggressive. Danny was watching like, what's happening? This is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. Yeah, Cersei's basically refusing to. Well, she's not. She's pretty hell bent on like, we need to win this war. She's not really looking for a truce necessarily. I guess possibly we could see an armistice happen if they bring back the proof of the army of the undead. And Sam just robbed the Citadel.
Yeah, we didn't actually talk about that in the post-episode commentary last episode. We should have brought that up. So yeah, that did happen. What are your quick thoughts about what might happen with that before we get into the episode?
She's definitely. Listen, I don't think that she's down for armistice. I think that.
No, I'm talking about Sam in the book.
Oh, Sam. Yeah, I mean, I think that he's gonna get away, but he can never go back to the Citadel. Like, I hope that whatever he grabbed has a lot of information or good information, because that would suck if whatever he grabbed just doesn't provide any value. But
yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, he robbed the Citadel for a bunch of scrolls, took Gilly and little Sam, and they're off. I would like to presume they're probably heading to like Winterfell, I guess, or I don't know. Does he doesn't know John's in Winterfell, does he? Or was in Winterfell at one point? He doesn't know where John is, actually, so I don't know where he's headed.
I'm pretty sure he got a raven from Bran that was basically talking about the army of the dead is so coming.
Maybe he heads to the wall, I guess, would be like, but puts them in danger.
Well,
I guess
Bran is at Winterfell, so maybe he does go to Winterfell. But he could be going to the wall. There's a couple different places he could be headed. I'm not sure if they mentioned it, but if they did, then we're just going to have you find out, because we're not going to get into it. We're just going to have to see. With that being said, thank you guys for being here. Let's get into the episode.
Man's-Raider was a brave man, proud man. The king beyond the wall never bent the knee. How many of his people died for his pride?
Yeah.
Damn.
Tormund is like, hey, look, I didn't do what Mance did. I helped. I like maybe bending the knee is the right option.
At the end of the day, it's about survival. Oh, did she actually take it?
Yeah, and
That's your pretty handwriting.
That was Sansa's letter.
Mordain used to crack my knuckles because I couldn't write as well as you.
Yeah, okay. That makes more sense.
Father has been charged with treason. He conspired with Robert's brothers against my beloved Joffrey and tried to steal his throne. Come to King's Landing, swear fealty to King Joffrey, and prevent any strife between the great houses of Lannister and Stark. Your faithful sister Sansa.
She wrote that to Robb to come and bend the knee to Joffrey.
I didn't betray him. I didn't betray Robb. I didn't betray our entire family for my beloved Joffrey.
Wow.
Who did you show it to? Where did you find it?
You're scared, aren't you? You're scared the Northern Lords will read it.
You're angry. Sometimes anger makes people do unfortunate things.
Sometimes fear makes them do unfortunate things.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
With anger.
Arya said, oh yeah, you love your little power trip you're on right now?
Yeah.
Well, how would they like it if they heard this letter of you telling Robb to come bend the knee to Joffrey? Do you think they're going to be a fan of that?
They think they'd like that? No, they
You're going to say you were a child? Do you think Lyanna's going to back that up?
Lyanna's more of a savage than you.
How do we ensure your vision endures? After you break the wheel, how do we make sure it stays broken?
You want to know who sits on the Iron Throne after I'm dead?
Oh.
And I saw hundreds of arrows miss, but any one of them could have found your heart and ended you.
You've been thinking about my death quite a bit, haven't you? As you discussed with your brother in King's Landing.
I'm trying to save you for the long term.
Perhaps
She's
if
being
you
a
planned
little
for the short
defensive.
term, we wouldn't have lost Dawn in Highgarden.
Yeah, she has a point. Okay. All right,
We'll
guys.
discuss the succession after I wear the crown.
Oh my gosh.
He has a point, but like, damn.
He's having a hard time.
Oh my god, scared the fucking shit out of me.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Fuck, that scared me.
God.
Shit. It's a fucking dead bear. Yep, they got a bear.
Oh, luckily they got flame swords.
Oh shit.
Oh, now it's a flaming dead bear.
Yeah, that's gotta be fucking terrifying. Especially if you're the hound.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hound, we need you. Hound.
Oh, Thoros. All right, bet.
Good God.
Dude, could you imagine getting your fucking chest ripped at by the mouth of a dead flaming bear? What the fuck?
Bro.
Go on.
You gotta seal
Smart.
the wounds.
Smart. But damn.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh God. Jorah, please. Not like this.
Hey! He used his Valyrian steel sword, took out the White Walker.
Yeah, but like that's I just feel like that just can't be that easy. Oh wait, no, you got one. Oh, never mind. Guess you guys got him. Gag the bastard. Tie him up. Hurry.
Run back to Eastwood. Get a raven to Daenerys. Tell her what's happened. I'm not leaving you. You're the fastest. Go, now!
You're faster without the hammer. Give it.
Give it.
Are you insane? Oh my God, I'd shit myself. Give me a sword at least. Trade.
Trade?
Trade. You're like, you're fastest without the hammer. All right, so no weapon. What am I using? My fist? You gonna die?
Stop!
Oh my God. What are we doing?
Oh. Oh boy.
They're like, fuck it, run.
Yeah, okay. Oh.
All right. You lost another one. Wasn't the main character, I guess, because I don't even know who it was.
It was just one of the guys that went with him.
No. Phidippides. You were the new you were Phidippides in this situation. But
Come on,
you need to
Andrew.
make it first. Oh, I guess he did make it. But don't go out like Phidippides. He straight died after, I think.
We need to send a raven. Get the maester. Now!
It's urgent.
Yeah. Urgent doesn't even describe, bro. It's like every second I'd be like, we're gonna die. Here he comes. Like any second, this could be it.
Thoros.
Well, all right. Our lifeline's gone. That's not good. Your revives are out, it looks like. How
He
do you
did
get
say
out?
it wasn't him doing it, but he was the one saying the words. So unless anybody else knows the fucking words.
Yeah, does anyone else know the magic words?
We have to burn his body.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Just on fire, dude.
Come to us in our darkness.
If you drag his burning body behind you. I don't know how effective that'd be. But
Well,
certainly fire that they don't like.
The night is dark and full of terrors. Well, I could tell you right now, it might not be completely dark here, but it is full of terrors.
And it might as well be fucking night. It's
an invitation to King's Landing.
I swore an oath to protect you and your sister if I abandon
The
you.
trip to King's Landing is long, Lady Brienne, and you won't be traveling on summer roads. The sooner you leave, the better your chances of making it on time.
Fuck you. I don't know. That just pisses me off. That attitude.
Yeah,
she doesn't deserve that.
No, she doesn't.
Dude, Brienne's such a fucking
G.
G.
She's questioning everything though now. She's like, who's loyal to me? Everyone keeps saying, do you trust their loyalty? About anyone she brings up.
The most important person in the world can't fly off to the most dangerous place in the world.
She must. Immediately.
So what would you have me do?
Nothing. Sometimes nothing is the hardest thing to do.
You told me to do nothing before and I listened to you. I'm not doing nothing again.
Yeah, oh boy.
Yeah. I mean, they're kind of already pinned too. Their plan has been, every plan they've had so far has just been failing. They need a dub ski. Besides the one that gets, hitting up Jamie and Braun.
Oh shit.
Oh, she's bringing the gang? Oh my god, stop it. Get there ASAP. Like, I need y'all to insta-teleport. Trying to hit one in the head. Yeah. Well, fucking no. It just realized that it's frozen. Did you just let them know that it's fucking frozen? Oh, and that they can walk across? Fuck. You piece of shit.
Hound, what are you doing? What did you do?
Ooh! Ooh!
Ooh!
Oh, okay.
Oh my fucking gosh.
Never mind. Round 99. Let's go. Fucking...
Fall back!
Fall back where?
Come on!
No. Tormund, no, you got Brienne. You still got to meet. Again, no. No.
Hey, let's go, Clegane.
Let's go, Clegane. Let's go.
Woo!
Go.
Dude,
Back
imagine
up.
having your legs get dragged on, like dragged towards fucking freezing ass water.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. There you go.
Oh, that music, John, just realizing like
sheesh.
Such a different style of fighting too. Like they're so used to fighting like mostly normal men. Most of them are. We're like normal men, they'll take you one-on-one, but this they don't care. They just swarm you. They're like,
yeah, fuck
50 of them.
Even in a war you'll get swarmed, but not like this.
Like, let's go! Yes!
Yeah! Oh, these boys! Oh, I love these boys!
The chunky boys, burn them all.
The fucking... Oh, look at that shot! That was beautiful! Woo! Let's go! The fucking music, the dancing. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Dude, without that, it would have been easily over.
Yeah, they had no way of winning that. What you doing with that spear? Oh no. Not like this. It's not gonna do what I think it does, though. Bro, it's not gonna... I'm not gonna see blue eyes on this fucking dragon, right?
It's fucking dead.
Yeah, but he can turn shit.
Or he's
turned,
fucking dead.
He's turned bears and everything. Is it sad to say that I hope it's just dead? Like, that's
give it a moment of silence. Like, oh my gosh, that fucking.
All right, we need to go. John, you need to get on the goddamn dragon. We need to go. We need to go.
Oh, dude, poor Danny and the other dragons. Drogon's fucking screaming.
They have another one. Fucking leave.
Go! No! No! Leave! No! No!
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta get the fuck out of there.
His accuracy, though. His accuracy.
Oh my gosh!
He almost pushed Joel off the fucking side. Get him back up there.
Oh, they've never been on a dragon before.
I know, but damn, doesn't mean sacrifice him.
Oh my gosh, poor Danny. Poor other dragons.
And John.
That was Viserion who got killed. Oh, dude, that's got to be fucking freezing.
Dude, he has to be ready to fuck somebody up. He was ready. He looked like he was ready to fucking lose it when the dragon got killed.
Ugh.
Now that's satisfied.
Who's this?
It's gotta be Benji. It's gotta be my main Benji.
Hey.
We don't have time to be shocked, dog. We gotta get on this goddamn horse and book it. He's like,
Right, Calapass. Come with me. There's no time. Go!
wow, Benjamin, what a G.
What a fucking G. They didn't even get to have a reunion, dude.
He just said there's no time.
Damn. He kept them distracted. Wow. Goosebumps. They're grieving. Especially Rhaegal, because that was Rhaegal's, like, they were
Psychic.
Brothers. Like,
Yeah.
Drogon was the alpha, sure, but Rhaegal was
They
trapped.
hung out. They were
Remember
together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were
they were
in the
together the
dungeon
whole
together.
time.
They always spent their time together, dude. That's so fucking sad.
Oh, well, she sees the scars. Oh, that's gotta be a crazy thing to see. Don't let Arya catch you in your. She probably already knows you're in her room, bro.
Pretty sure that's Walder Frey.
Yeah. Yep.
Not what you're looking for.
What are these?
My faces.
She didn't get that, bro. She don't know.
I could even become you.
Oh, sheesh.
I wonder what it would feel like to be the Lady of Winterfell.
Bro.
All I'd need to find out is your face.
All right, Arya, you're tweaking a little bit. Let's.
The House of Black and White sound in the background.
Their son just so terrifying too about that. Just like someone basically threatening you, looks like they're gonna kill you. They just give you the weapon and walk out. You're in her room, by the way. Like, it's not like like I'd be like, I'm never going near that room again, or her, if avoidable.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Ugh. Dude, we've seen the dragon from the beginning. We grew up with it.
Literally.
I keep saying it. I should be saying him. It's a him. Viserion is a him.
You don't disrespect Viserion.
Viserion was a him.
We are going to destroy the Night King and his army.
Oh.
We'll do it together.
How about my queen?
Verbally kind of bent the knee.
What about those who swore allegiance to you?
They'll all come to see you for what you are.
Dude, they both did what they both wanted, but like not on each other's terms. You know,
right?
Like,
it's kind of crazy.
She did it without him bending the knee, and he did it
without her. You know,
like after her already. He did it, even though he said he doesn't.
He already got what he wanted. He didn't even have to at that point.
Right.
What you guys getting? Dude, their blank expressions piss me off. They're just always like never happy with a victory, never disappointed with a loss. They're just never changes facial. No. Go back to stay asleep.
Okay. That was Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 6. Apologies real quick for Isaiah's blurry camera at the end. It happens to both of us every now and then. You know, once we are able to, we're definitely going to find a really good solution for that. But it doesn't happen often, so we really appreciate you guys understanding that. But with that being said, again, that was Season 7, Episode 6, Beyond the Wall. If you guys liked what you're watching, make sure you leave a like down below. And if you want to watch our full-length reaction to this and the next 6 episodes, you can check that out on Patreon. The link for that is in the description. Zay, what are your initial thoughts on the episode?
It's going to be interesting. It's certainly going to be interesting for.
Yeah,
listen,
you could definitely say that.
This just got very, very, very interesting. Very, very hectic. Well, the Night King has a dragon now. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. Not only does he have a dragon, he can one-shot them with his damn ice spear thing that he uses. So that's like awful. Luckily, we know he can miss, but that's about the only saving grace, man. I don't know what they're gonna do. How Danny
I think it's
will
also
react.
important to note, and it's very obvious too. Yeah, he has a dragon, but now Danny only has 2.
Yeah,
it's not only did he gain one, she lost one.
Yeah, she lost one. Yeah.
So that we'll have to see how that plays out. Let's any other initial thoughts, words for Thoros or anything else that might have happened?
Thoros died doing what he does best, which is drinking. Benjen, of course, went out like a G, absolute savage. I love how they paid homage to like the 3rd episode, like you said. I think it was the 3rd episode, like you said, where he where we get the horse that rides back, but it didn't have Benjen. But this time it has John.
Yeah, I'm not sure what episode it was, but
we know we just remember the first. And yeah, man, that was and just poor dragon. Just let it. They could have let it die.
What I think is a really cool parallel too is that it's Viserion who was turned, and we've seen Viserys be like this crazy lunatic. So it's almost like an interesting parallel how it was Viserion, the one that was named after Viserys, is the one that was turned, and Viserys we've seen was fucking insane. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but that was definitely
But
an
good
interesting.
grab.
Yeah. So, all right, let's get into the Q&A. Let's try to stay south of the wall at the beginning, and then we'll kind of talk about everything that happened.
Yeah, because I feel like north of the wall is like a big. You can just discuss that all through.
So south of the wall, we had the whole Arya and Sansa situation.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on there? It seems as if there's definitely a rift being being shown between Arya and Sansa. I mean, listen, Arya is acting sus, but Sansa is also like getting pretty paranoid. So we have this kind of weird dynamic between the two where Arya is like, you know, they trained me, you know, to lie and I can wear people's skin. It's a pretty cool suit. And Sansa's like, well, I have guards, like don't even think about it. So there's definitely something interesting going on there. And it did seem to be triggered by the letter that she saw. Now, I'm not sure exactly. Well, I am sure exactly how it'll all play out, but I'm not sure what your thoughts are on how that's all going to play out with the rift that's forming between them. Do you think that this is a unintended byproduct of, you know, her coming across the letter? We saw before the letter, she was already kind of questioning Sansa and her and like where she is, where her power resides. What do you think this means for these two going forward, and how do you think that this is going to play out? Do you think Arya will kill Sansa, or do you think that Sansa will have Arya killed, or do you think that they're going to be happy, lovey-dovey, all, and this is all for nothing? What are your thoughts about that whole situation and how that might play out?
Yeah, I think that if anything, the letter just kind of amplified it, you know, and I think I kind of mentioned it. It's like they both went through these like really traumatic experiences, but you know, are like when they look at it from each other's perspective, you know, Sansa's like, well, oh, you were out there training while we were doing this. Like I'm the reason we got Winterfell back. But to Arya, she's like, you got to live in, you've got like, as far as she knew, at least for a long period of time while she was gone, you got to live in the Red Keep. Like I was on the road. I was basically broke. I've been here, there. You know, I mean, I know I mentioned like it was, even though it wasn't at the same exact time, but Arya's like, she was getting her ass kicked. She was blind for a period of time. Like she's been through. I mean, they both been through hell and back. Arya's been through I guess they both been through like physical and
they're
emotional,
different,
mental trauma,
different.
but it's different. But the problem is that I think Arya is viewing it, you know, Sansa says, like, you don't know what I went through over here. And like, you don't know. And it's like, they just can't see each other's sides. It's almost like they're refusing to like accept that that both of us have been through this trauma. If anything, we should kind of be coming closer together. If that, you know what I'm saying? Like try to heal from this because we've been through the rain. We finally are back together. I don't think Arya will kill Sansa. I just think that, you know, I don't know. I want to say Arya won't kill Sansa. I think
where's this going?
That's what I'm trying to figure. I think Arya is like trying to almost like force a confession out of Sansa that she wants to be this queen and everything, but it's like, you know, not really going that, like you don't really need to do that. Like you can kind of see where I kind of see Sansa showing that attitude of like, I'm the Lady of Winterfell, like this, that, like the way she talks and everything. So I guess I see what Arya is trying to get at, but it's like, bro, she's still your sister. Like, I don't know. I think killing her is a little too far-fetched. I just don't know. I think that it's going to take a while for the relationship to kind of heal and kind of become where it was back when they were like kids, where they were closer before everything went down. But I think also that this is playing into exactly what Baelish kind of wants as well. You know, at the end of the day, Baelish is mysteriously he's always in the loop about everything, and he's always constantly coddling and counseling Sansa, like, you know, you are a leader, you'd be a great leader, they want to follow you, this, that, and the other thing. Oh, you have Brienne, well, even though Brienne left, you have Brienne, she could protect you, right? Because she's sworn to protect both the sisters. If she thinks one's going to come to harm, then she would have to do something about the other, right? So it's like he's definitely got his claws in this, in my opinion, and kind of trying to like stir the pot a little bit. but I think it's just two people coming from super traumatic, life experiences and not being able to see eye to eye. It's just that one's kind of like a sociopath now where that can kill. So, Sansa's not really that much of a threat. She doesn't really have any of those skills. So I don't know, man. I don't think Arya will kill her. I don't think. I could see Sansa though. I could see Sansa maybe try and take the high road and get like Arya like imprisoned or something. Maybe not killed, but
maybe. Yeah, we'll have to see. There is only 7 episodes left. But next on the list, we have Dany and Tyrion having a discussion about, listen, Tyrion's still trying to press the whole relax, okay?
Yeah.
Who's gonna what happens if something happens to you? What do you want how are we gonna get your vision to continue? And he was also saying like, it's okay, you didn't have to burn the Tarleys. He was also saying, how are we gonna make sure the wheel stays broken? There's a lot we have to figure out. And Dany was like, we'll figure it out once I'm on the throne. Like,
right.
No, la, la, la. And it didn't seem like Tyrion was getting through to her at all. In fact, it seemed like Tyrion was just pissing her off. But look, Tyrion is trying. So what are your thoughts about that whole situation? Do you think Tyrion will eventually get through to her? Do you think he won't get through to her? What are your thoughts about that situation and how that might play going forward? We're seeing her, she brought up how Tyrion told her to do nothing and, saw how that turned out. We're seeing her kind of take Tyrion less seriously now, you could say. What are your thoughts about that whole situation? Do you think that Tyrion will stay on Dany's side or turn back to Cersei? Or do you think that Dany will take him more seriously? Or do you think that she won't take him more seriously and he'll stay on her side? What are your thoughts about that whole situation going forward and how that might play out?
I did think about like, what if he tried to switch back? I just don't know how well that would go over. I just don't think Cersei would be for it, even knowing like, just the fact that he murdered their father. I think she'd still be like, oh, you can come back, but you're staying in Flea Bottom. You're not a Lannister. Like, you're giving up like something along those lines, right? Like make him give up the Lannister name or something. But with Dany, it's like it feels like the only way he'll get through to her is, sadly having something go very awry from the way she's acting, her being too aggressive or her being too impulsive and suffering like a super like great loss, or even like, I don't know.
What do you mean? Like her being super impulsive and not listening to Tyrion and one of her dragons dying? That sounds exactly like what you were trying to say there. Sure. Maybe. Yeah, maybe not.
I mean, that was a huge one. If she didn't go, she wouldn't have lost her dragon. You kind of traded. I mean, but the mission also was super important for them to try to get this truce, this armistice. But it's like, okay, but you're still relying on Cersei to stay by her word and to even like, what I'm saying, to let you guys even bring this into King's Landing and not just have it be a trap to get you captured and killed and end the war. So I listen, to her credit, there's a lot going on. There's so many angles. Everything could be going on. She's getting input from here. This goes on. This happens. It's like it's repercussions, and it sucked for Tyrion too, because it's not that his plans were bad. It's just that, Tyrion's very good with words and he's very smart, but he was going up against Jaime, who is a military mind, who was always in battle, who's been leading, who's thinking 3 steps ahead. Like he even said in the episode before that, he's like, I thought you would be surprised I was going for Castle Rock, but you were 3 steps ahead. You made me look like a fool. So it's like, you can't blame him because he's trying his best, but you're competing against a chess grandmaster right now, like compared to Tyrion, who's like, he's smart and he's diplomatic and he knows what he wants to do and what the right path could be or should be, but it's harder than it looks to actually get a plan into action that suffices. I hope she starts to take him seriously, because I have a strong feeling, like, after the dragon thing, like that was a major loss, and I just don't think they could suffer another major loss from, poor action or poor planning or too impulsive of a move. Too impulsive a move could result in them being captured, and that's the end of the war, like that easily. So,
yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. So, lastly, we've got the whole situation beyond the wall. That there was a lot going on there. We'll probably just be kind of talking about the end, but going through, we got to see these characters interact, which was really unique. They sent Gendry running back. They were able to get Gendry. They sent the Raven to Dany. Dany came through. We had this whole situation with the White Walkers surrounding them. I thought that was like super cool. Before we kind of get into how everything may affect the story going forward, what were your thoughts about the whole Beyond the Wall mission and how that all played out, and what you thought about it?
I can say that it definitely played out in a way I was kind of expecting. Didn't really lose necessarily characters in the way I was expecting. Like I didn't really expect Thoros to, die like that
by a flaming dead polar bear.
Yeah, by a flame. It would have been a little hard to predict that one. I thought we were gonna lose like another character or two, honestly, and it looked like it a few times. It was like, oh my god, like I was like, oh my god,
close to losing Tormund. Yeah,
I'm like, he's dead. I'm like, he's not. There's no way. But I loved that scene. That was so dope. It was super. The action was really cool. Fucking Clegane, bro. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, dude, when he threw that last rock and it hit and it didn't break, I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna realize it can walk across now because it didn't break.
And that white and that dead and that they're called whites pretty much. The whites are the lowest. The White Walkers are the walkers in the Night King. So that white was pretty much thinking the same thing. Oh my god,
it was like,
I can walk across.
I was like, oh, dope. So I'm like, it was nuts. But it was poetry at the end, except for the dragon dying at the end. And
let's get into that. We saw, Dany with Drogon come through, and Jon kept fighting off and was allowing the men to get onto the dragon pretty much, and then Jon got in a pickle, and the Night King took this icicle spear and threw it at Viserion and spiked him. Now, there are a couple, people who are like, well, why didn't he throw it at Drogon? And in my opinion, there's a couple explanations you could go with. One is a little outlandish, but could work. My one thought that I have is, maybe he was worried that one of the men down there, like Jon has a Valyrian sword. Maybe that'll intercept the ice spear and break it. Maybe Drogon would have saw and breathed fire on it, and that could have messed it up. Nobody knows for sure why he didn't aim for Drogon, but he didn't. He aimed for Viserion, who seemed to be an easy shot. He tracked it, sniped him, and Viserion fell, and Viserion was killed, dead. Man, to me, that was so sad, especially the first time I watched it. We've seen Viserion before he was even conscious. We saw his egg, and we've been watching him develop throughout this entire series, and this motherfucker just snipes him. So, what are your thoughts before we kind of get into the aftermath of the sniping, and what happened to Viserion? What are your thoughts about the fact that Dany just lost one of her children and they're down a dragon, and how do you think that might affect things going forward? How do you think that might affect, Cersei and Jaime if they find out the news? Do you think they even will find out the news? Maybe they won't, and Dany will keep acting like she has 3. What are your thoughts about that whole situation and how it may play out now that Viserion is no longer, at least on any alive side?
Yeah, I think the only benefit they have is that it happened north of the wall, so odds of Cersei and them finding out is going to be much lower, because there's only a few people that witnessed it, or at least they wouldn't understand. Or even if they knew the dragon died, they don't know. There's like a good and a bad side to it, right? Because in the war against Cersei and Jaime, it would definitely play off better for them thinking you have 3. So even if you came onto the field with 2, they might be like, well, where's the third one? They might be paranoid, like, where's this third one? On the other hand, this could back the cause even more to be like, yo, they have one of the dragons now. Like now, like if we really don't band together to take him out, if we don't take them out north of the wall.
Well, we'll sorry about that, guys. We'll get into the aftermath. We'll get into the dead
I'm saying,
dragon.
well, it's still, I'm talking about, this is still, I'm playing with Cersei, because the whole idea is we need to bring that white back so we can prove that we need to take these guys out north of the wall.
Oh, you're talking about the dead soldier.
Yeah, well, I'm saying that for them to also help convince, I'd be like, yo, we lost a dragon to them. Like, we need, like, now we need all of south of the wall to be on the same side to take them out, because
there's a reason to tell them that the dragon's dead, and there's a reason to tell them that it's not
exactly. So it plays for both sides. And you know, if it, well, yeah, expecting that Dany ends up, obviously they end up going to war with the Whites and the White Walkers. That's going to be tough for her, because she doesn't know the dragon's back. So imagine seeing your own child now fighting against you. Imagine the two other dragons seeing.
Okay, fine. We'll just get into it now, because you clearly want to talk about it. So,
well, I mean, it's all together. It's like,
I only wanted to address south of the wall right now, and how.
Well, I'm saying that even for Dany emotionally, that's terrible. She lost her child, and just, you know.
Okay, yeah, right. All right, so let's jump into it, because it is exciting, and I know you want to talk about it, and I want to talk about it too. So basically, Viserion is turned. He's part of the dead army now. What are your thoughts about that whole situation? Do you think that he can still breathe fire? Do you think that he breathes ice now? Do you think he can't breathe anything? Do you think that he, could a Valyrian sword do any damage to him? There's a bunch of questions going on now. Can he just fly over the wall? Is it going to be that simple? There's a lot of thoughts about, now that he's part of the dead army. So what are your thoughts about that? And of course, the repercussions that it might have on, people south of the wall seeing the dragon, if they ever do, including Dany and other people.
Oh, I don't know. Can it breathe fire?
Could also, if Dany does see the dragon and the dragon sees Dany and the other dragons, do you think the dragon is convincible to betray the dead, even though it's
Absolutely
already dead?
Not.
You think
I'll tell you absolutely.
You think there's no way?
I think there's not a shot. I think that, and if it happens, then awesome. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it'll still. Man, would it breathe fire, ice? I don't know. That'd be crazy if it breathes ice instead of fire. I could see it breathing ice for sure. Instead of fire, it would correlate better. But it would be nuts if it could. Yeah, I mean, I would like to say a Valyrian sword would be able to do something to it. I don't think it'd be easy to kill it, but it's like knowing that Valyrian swords have that effect on Whites and White Walkers. I would like to say that it doesn't differentiate just because it's a dragon. I just think that it's not just going to be one good swipe. It's like you're going to really have to work to take it out. And
how about fire?
I think fire will work too, but I think it just won't be as, I think it'll be effective. Just like, it's not going to match because size different. I think it would be able to take some hits from fire, or maybe it can just straight, but if it breathes ice, it might just go and just freeze the fire. So it might not even be existent. You brought up a good question with it. Can it fly over the wall as well? I want to kind of say, yeah, like I think it might be able to, which would be crazy because it's like, the spell or whatever is meant for the Whites and the White Walkers, which are trying to breach it or scale it. And so that's like on a ground level. And there's really been no evidence of it being like a force field per se.
How high could it go?
Right. Because if it can just fly over, oh my God, that you better take it out before it gets even close to the wall because you're screwed. Will the Night King mount it now? Will he mount him instead of the horse? That could be insane too. Now you have an icicle throwing freaking demon lord on an ice dragon, a possible ice dragon. Like, and that means his shots could be even closer to try and take out Drogon and everything. Because now he can fly a dragon and get himself as close as he needs to take a shot. And it seems like I mean, I know Viserion's smaller than Drogon, but that shit, and I know Drogon survived a lot, but that looks like it does damage. You know, like it looks like I think a scorpion shot Viserion could have survived with just a lot of, rest and like care and like trying to heal it. But that thing seemed like it was just unforgiving. Like it hit him and it was lights out like instantly.
Yeah.
And I mean, man, listen, if you were south of the wall and you saw a dragon on your, do you see two dragons on your side? If I see one on the other side, honestly, I'd probably just flee.
You were talking about it in the previous question of Dany's response to, her child's dead. That's one thing, but seeing her dragon child like turned, I guess, is a completely another thing. Do you think she's going to ever see Viserion again? And if so, what do you think her reaction would be to that? And look, she might not. She might be doing other things, but I know you talked about it, so I'm curious, like, what your thoughts are on that.
I think she will, and I think that it'll just be. I think it'll be a mix of like rage, like sadness, like just a whole bunch of emotions. I think it could also create a crazy drive in her to be like, yo, like he needs to fucking pay. Because like she's already mad that Viserion's dead. So if she gets to see that her child is now mounted by the man, or possibly, or not even mounted necessarily, but on the other side of the man that killed him, I imagine she would probably like something would like click in the back. Like there would just be like this rage, this like internal flame that's just like it gets dampened by like how like upset she is to see it, but then she's like, oh my, like he's got to pay, like he has to pay. Like I'm curious to see how the dragons would interact if they see.
That's my next question.
Can they like? Will they identify Viserion as an enemy at first? Right, or will it have to take Viserion trying to attack them first for them to be like what the fuck, like I mean dragons are really smart, they're perceptive, but there's also that chance that they don't realize it, and then Viserion strikes and they're like, oh my god, and that could also create a situation where it's like it's too late. Like what if Drogon gets hit good by Viserion and it's like he can't recover? Well, that and then he walks over and boops him on the nose, and now they have Drogon and Viserion. It's like, oh my god. So I mean, I guess we'll find out, man. That was nuts.
Yeah, if you thought a White Walker army was bad, and then you get giants and bears, then you get, you also have the Night King and the White Walker, but on top of all that, these motherfuckers have a dragon now. Great. Well, there's only one way to find out how that plays out, and that is to continue on with the show. So thank you guys for being here. Make sure you guys leave a like down below. And also, I did want to apologize to Zay real quick. I got a little bit flustered trying to organize the questions.
Yeah,
so
you're good.
My apologies. I didn't mean to get
It's hard. It's hard because it's like I want to talk about how it's gonna. I'm like, I just want to tie it all in. But I see how you were trying to organize it. I was just like, I'm like, yeah. I'm like trying to keep it organized as much as I could.
We're here. We're relaxed. It doesn't need to be so strict. So my apologies. But again, with that being said,
one way only.
If you guys like what you're watching, leave a like down below. And if you want to watch our full-length reaction to this and the next 6 episodes, you can check that out on Patreon. The link for that will be in the description. Zay, I know you have a Twitch.
Yes, I do. Link for that will be in the description as well. Feel free to tune in, say hi, stream Sunday through Friday. Tuesdays and Fridays are with Cam. So pop in, say what's up. Feel free to hop in the chat. Discuss. You could even discuss some of your favorite shows without spoiling anything. Mention shows that you would want us to see, or or movies, or any suggestions are always welcome. We like to keep note of it so that way we have something in the future. And Cam, I know you have a Twitch as well.
Yep, Just Your Average Cam. Links in the description. With that being said, thank you guys for being here. We'll see you on the next one. And
deuces.
Peace.